The quality of LLM-generated code is dependent on your prompt. This is what I've been trying to tell people. The quality of the code the model generates is almost entirely dependent on your prompt. These things are very good at coding, but they'll only write as good of code as your prompting is good. So what's a good prompt? The best prompts have high context, high specificity, and narrow scope. I'm going to define all of those for you. Context. This is the snippet of files from your code base. It's actual context from your code repository. Here's what low context looks like. Make these changes on the back end. Okay, it's just somewhere in the back end, right? Somewhere in all those files. High context. Adjust the get marker function in the backend /route/user.js file, specific file. And here is that file, give the model the file, and plus 3 more files that it commonly interacts with. So you're giving it the file, you're giving it the specific method, and you're giving it a variety of other files that code interacts with. Specificity is how clearly defined and precise your ask is. Low specificity. When a user clicks submit, add their submission to the feed. Okay, it's not terrible, but it's not that specific. What does high specificity look like? When a user clicks submit, call the save submission endpoint to store the submission in the database. Once saved, automatically call the load feed function to refresh the feed on the front end so that the user is able to see their submission immediately without having to reload the page. Now that is specific. It's talking about what parts of the system need to be triggered. It's talking about data flow. It's very specific in its ask. And lastly, scope. That's how much we're asking the LLM to change all at once. How much scope is in this ask, this prompt. Here's a broad scope. Add a settings page where the user can manage and update their account. It's a lot going on there. The LLM's probably not going to be very successful. Narrow scope. Add a toggle on the settings page where the user can set their account to private or public. That's a very specific thing. It's a narrow scope. Very likely that the LLM will be successful here. I'll say it again. High context, high specificity, narrow scope. That's the kind of prompting you want to give the model for good quality code. Peace.